Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and in this episode 1, we're going to talk about Facebook ads versus Google ads for your business and show you the key differences between them so you can clearly identify which platform is the right fit to effectively spend your advertising dollars.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Paul.
And we are the Mobilepreneurs. We're a full-time Canadian RVing family, and we are here to help you grow your business faster while achieving lifestyle freedom.
Today's episode, we're going to discuss Google versus Facebook advertising. So the first thing we really need to do is to understand the difference between the two platforms and where people are at on their individual customer journey when they're there.
So when on Facebook, people have no real intent to go out and buy a product. They might check out who you are, maybe see what you're about, but they're not there to buy, at least right now. Now, Google, on the other hand, that's where we tend to do our research, check out reviews, and we could even be ready to buy then too. So the big difference really is that we're going to Facebook to make a connection and build relationships with like-minded people, whereas with Google, we're going to get the goods. Does that make sense?
So this should take away some of your confusion right there, which is understanding what the purpose of each platform serves. And we really find this is where a lot of businesses get lost because they might be positioning themselves not the right way for the platform. So think of it like this. Facebook tells us all about the who, while Google serves the what and the when of the who.
As we discussed, people don't go to Facebook to be sold, but that doesn't mean that you can't sell on Facebook. It just means that what you're doing is making a long-term play for the sale, okay? Facebook is where you go to build your tribe, your support, and your brand loyalty. It's not where you put out an ad and say, hey, buy my stuff right now.
Now, if you're looking to inject cash sales like right now, then Google is definitely more where you want to be. You can play a short-term game on Google advertising, unlike Facebook. When you're advertising on Facebook, what you're doing is investing in building relationships, which is, after all, the foundation of most of our business, right? It's just you're typically used to going about this in an offline manner, which is the traditional way of doing it. But what you can do instead is bring your networking skills to Facebook, and you can then invest advertising dollars so that your target audience can actually see your message through the sea of all the businesses.
So most business owners want to spend money on Facebook advertising to get instant sales. And that's just not how Facebook works. So if that's you and you're feeling this frustration, we felt it too, and now you know why. So the question of Facebook versus Google when you're considering paid advertising for your business should really depend on what your objective is. So if you need to inject cash flow right now and you don't already have an engaged Facebook tribe, then Google ads are going to be a much better bet because your ad can display when a prospect is in the buying stage of the customer journey.
If a Facebook strategy is part of your long-term goal, then you have the opportunity to nurture and guide your prospects through your own customer value journey. When you create this and you entice a loyal tribe of followers, you are building your business a digital asset that can pay you dividends for years to come. Either way, you've got to make sure that you have a marketing strategy for the specific platform, and you've got to be able to track it, because if you can't, then you can't measure your results.
So to really help you figure this out, we put together a Facebook ads versus Google ads infographic resource that you can download totally for free down in the description box. It highlights the key differences between Facebook and Google, who it's best for, the goals, reach, cost, and so much more to help you easily decide where to best position your business for success with paid advertising.
So the big key to remember when advertising with Google is you're not building a personal relationship with your target audience, whereas with Facebook, you are. The ability you have to learn about your tribe and to get to know what their needs really are, while simultaneously educating them with your solutions, which should then naturally lead to your products or services that you have on offer.
So the great thing about Facebook advertising is the effectiveness of it for both cost and how well you can really target your message to the specific people that really want to hear what you have to say. And that right there should really be the ultimate goal of your advertising spend. And then you work on building that customer relationship.
When you do this, not only is advertising much cheaper, but people will already know, like, and trust you. Therefore, they're so much more likely to buy from you, not just once, but many times.
So if you do decide on a Facebook marketing strategy, you're probably going to want to know, what is it going to require from me? So here's what it's going to require. It's going to require you to commit to consistently putting out value in the form of content. The content should really educate your audience and give them information that solves their very real problems in an engaging way. So you can think images and video.
So when you think about Google Ads, putting together an ad is going to be a lot less intensive in the upfront. And you can put your message out there when people are ready to buy. That's an advantage. But consider this. If you didn't take the time to educate your customers about your product, and your competitor did, whose business are they going to buy from when they choose the link on Google to click from? The one who spent the time educating and being in front of the prospect is likely going to be the one who gets the sale because the prospect already knows, likes, and trusts them.
So this is such an important part of digital marketing for your business. The best way to do this is to think about yourself as a consumer and how you personally make online purchasing decisions, or how you use the internet to research products you want to buy in the store first. And here is actually another reality to consider. Facebook ads are so inexpensive right now, when you know how to use them, that is. Google ads, conversely, are going to be much more expensive any which way.
With Facebook ads, you are able to take your cold prospect on a customer journey with you. So instead of running ads with the intent of, hey, I'm here, buy my stuff, it's, hey, I'm here. Did you know I have felt the way you do, and here's some helpful info for you. And help your prospect to go through the journey, not the sale.
So in our opinion, because of the cost per click, you should probably only use Google advertising with a professional's help that you can trust, unless you really know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're probably going to be wasting a lot of time and money, especially if you haven't put any time in educating your customers already in some form or capacity in the digital world. So bearing in mind, your landing page becomes critical to the Google Ads process. This is the page that people land on after they click your link. If they don't get exactly what they think they are clicking on, they're going to bounce. So it's imperative that your ad be super congruent to your landing page, and that the landing page actually converts to sales. So you're going to need to measure your landing page for a conversion percentage as well. And that way, you're going to know exactly what happens per every 100 people clicking, and you can scale it from there.
Whatever you do, do not let the Google experts, the ones who are actually working for Google AdWords, be the ones who tell you how to run your ads, because they're not professional marketers and they do not know anything other than how to make Google some money. Google cost per click can be very expensive. If you're going to pay the dollars per click, you really want to make sure that your ad does exactly what the person clicking thinks they're going to do, or they're gone and they're never coming back. As we said earlier, that's why you really want a professional's help.
The key takeaway from today is yes, you should definitely be spending money on Facebook if you plan a long-term strategy and you know it's not where people go to be sold. When it comes to Google Ads, they are not cheap, but they can be used for on-demand sales if you know what you're doing and your landing page is positioned correctly. And since most people are not skilled in this area, a professional is recommended.
Our very own personal digital business strategy is going to continue to use Facebook in a huge way. We highly encourage using the advertising while it's still relatively inexpensive. Right now, it's not too late to get on. Advertising is still extremely low and inexpensive compared to what it's going to be in the near future, as more and more traditional TV commercial spending type businesses start moving their money to social media.
We hope you got a ton of value out of today's episode, and we'd love to know if you advertise, which platform do you prefer and why? We always love to hear different perspectives. It helps us learn, and after all, that's what we're here to do, learn from each other.
Hey guys, if you liked the video, then give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions on Facebook versus Google advertising or want to share your thoughts with us, throw a comment below and we'll respond as soon as we can.
Don't forget to head on over to our blog and grab our super handy quick reference Facebook ads versus Google ads infographic that you can download for free, and you'll find the link below in the description box. Also, be sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell below to be notified of our future trainings.